Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is that time of year again. Black Friday is upon us, and I don't know about y'all, but my email inbox is inundated with Black Friday deals, and today's video is no exception because it is a first access to Chantecaille's Black Friday. If you don't know, Chantecaille, or as my youngest daughter calls it, Chantecaille, is one of my very favorite brands of all time. Pretty much everything they make, I love. And their Black Friday sale is starting. Black Friday / Cyber Monday sale is starting on Black Friday, going through Cyber Monday. But I do have an early access code. It is Mandy25. It is not affiliate. It just gets you 25% off starting today, the 21st. So you will have first access to shop products before they sell out. This is not a sponsored video. I do not have to get paid to come on and show y'all my favorite products from Chantecaille. It is just something I love doing. So I have put together some of my very favorites, and I am going to show you how I got this look right here. I only did makeup in this video. I'm gonna be doing a reel on Instagram showing some of my favorite skincare and fragrances from the line. And I will do my best to put a link down in the description box for that. You do not have to have an Instagram account to be able to view a linked reel. So definitely check that out as well. And if you wanna see how I got this look, let's get started. I feel like I never come on camera without my eyes primed unless I'm doing a skincare video. But I have a product that I actually haven't even tried before. So this is gonna be a first. And it is the Next Generation Eye Base. So it is a pencil or a crayon form of kind of like a cream eyeshadow. This is in the shade medium. So we're gonna use this today all over this discolored eyelid and see how it works out. I think that did a good job of taking away the discoloration. And then I always set it with powder. I don't know if y'all caught my flawless under eye video that I posted months back, but that combination still holds very true in the fact that it is by far the most flawless combination for my 42-year-old under eyes. It does not crease, it does not crack. It stays beautiful all day long. And that starts out with the Le Camouflage Stylo pen. And I am in the shade 3. And I use this as, I just opened a brand new one. I bought this during the Sylvie sale because I was almost out of my other one. I use this as kind of like my corrector step, but you can definitely use it as a concealer, especially if you don't have as much darkness to cover up as I do. And you know, I mentioned in that video, this is not the most coverage of any under eye combination that I have ever used, but I don't care about that when it looks so good under the eye, and it still ends up being covered enough for sure. But if you're someone who doesn't have a ton of darkness and really just likes a very lightweight concealer in general, I really recommend the Stylo corrector pen, or you can use it as a corrector underneath another concealer. There is not a single Chantecaille foundation or base product that I do not like. And I have done so many videos using all of them. But I'm gonna change it up a little bit today and do a very sheer base and top it with my favorite powder foundation. And I am going to actually mix these two. This is the Anti-Aging Face Tint, which I talked about, I don't remember what video, but I did do like a review and demo on it. I think Battle of the Face Tint, Skin Tints. And it does look very, very bronze. You can use this as kind of a gel bronzer. I like to use it all over, even though it looks scary, it does blend in beautifully. And then this is the Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint, which is just a very pretty, almost highlighting gel formula. I'm actually gonna mix these two because I find that the rose tint takes down the bronziness just a little bit of the tinted or anti-aging face tint, and it also gives it a little bit of a glow. So I'm just gonna take a little spatula and put pretty much equal parts of each on the back of my hand. And I like to apply products with my hands, kind of like a moisturizer. See how pretty that is? It gives such a pretty glow, but also warms up the skin and it is sheer. It's not meant to give coverage, but I still find that the colors tend to add the tiniest bit of coverage. I really, really, really like this combination, and I really enjoy them separately as well. Now, speaking of Chantecaille foundations, the Future Skin Gel Foundation is a favorite foundation of mine, but it is truly a favorite concealer. I just cannot stop using this as a concealer, and it is part of that Flawless Under Eye combo. I use the shade Vanilla as a concealer, and I just pick up a little bit and roughly put that under the eyes just like that. And then I will use a brush to blend it out. Blend it out and in. And really I just kind of push it in. And I'm telling you, there is not a single concealer, an actual marketed concealer in my collection that wears under the eye as well as this does. Full stop, period, end of story. It's just beautiful. Now this is where the compact makeup comes in. So this is a powder foundation. I have used it to set my foundation as a setting powder, and it still works beautifully. I find that to be the case with most powder foundations. I talked about that in my how to apply powders video. It just depends on the brush that you choose to use. This is in the shade Camel, and I had this as the number one spot in my powder foundation roundup video that went up 2 years ago. That has not changed. It is such a gorgeous product. And I'm just gonna this is a large brush. It's a little bit denser. It's an old Morphe brush. And I'm gonna take that and really get the product onto the brush, and I'm going to really press it into the skin. And I find that's all I need to do to get the extra coverage that I may not have gotten from those face tints. Now, it does mattify the face tints a little bit, but it's not a flat matte. And as the day goes on, they will start to shine through a little bit more, and it just looks so natural. And I mean, I could put some mascara and lip gloss on and I would feel completely put together with this face makeup. I mean, it just never ever lets me down. Now, to bronze up the skin, I'm gonna use the Real Bronze. This is in Serena. I have stages. I will go with Serena, which is a little bit lighter of the two and a little bit more warm toned, whereas Goa is a little bit darker and more cool toned, has a lot more red in it. And right now I'm just in the stage of pulling out Serena more than Goa. So I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 107. This is a Baked Gelée formula, which if you are someone who maybe has a very heavy hand like I do when it comes to bronzers, that's the kind of formula you're gonna wanna look for, because it's very buildable. It's not gonna add a ton of pigment right from the jump. So it's definitely good for us heavy-handed powder people. UPS is here, so Zeus is gonna say hi. You see what I mean? It's just so subtle. It gives that color. It's just, I always love the end results when I use these products. Now for blush, I am gonna use the cheek shade in Joy. Now this is technically a philanthropy product. I can't speak. And this is not included in the Black Friday sale. However, they are gonna have a Giving Tuesday sale where the philanthropy products will be included. So I have a couple that I'm gonna use today to show how much I love them so that y'all can be ready for that when it becomes available. And this is the Wild Horse. So it's a very pretty pink. I'm gonna go a little bit cooler tone on my eyes today. So I chose a pink. It's so pretty. These are really buildable, which I love. And I have used all the colors that I have on the eyes, and they're beautiful too as eyeshadows, which y'all know I love to use blush as eyeshadow. Now, before I do the highlight, which is a liquid, I don't wanna say set, but I wanna hydrate my face with the rose water, which I absolutely love. I'm halfway through this is my second or third bottle, I believe. Such a good pick-me-up. It's great after makeup. It's great with no makeup. It's great halfway throughout the day. Really no situation where it's not great. Now I'm going to be using the Chantecaille Liquid Lumiere Anti-Aging Face Illuminator in Sheen, which I've talked about countless times before because it's so beautiful. And it does have a little bit of like a pinky undertone. So again, I think it's gonna go great. Now it's not so pinky where if you're wearing, you know, a warm blush and a warm eye that you can't also wear this, but it's so beautiful. And see how this is applying it over a powder foundation and it still applies beautifully. Okay, let's start on the eye makeup. Chantecaille is one brand where I feel like no matter what I choose to do on my eyes, it always ends up looking very effortless and I never have to do too many steps. I love their mermaid eye colors. I have copper and sylvie. I'm thinking about getting, I think it's sun something. It's the gold one because it's beautiful as well. I really like their Luster Glide Silk Infused eyeliners. I don't use stick eyeliners as much for an actual eyeliner unless I'm using it like in the waterline. However, I like these as eyeshadows. This is the shade Amethyst. And if you ever want just a real easy way to do a little bit of a darker color, use an eyeliner like this and then take like a more stiff synthetic brush and then use that to kind of blend it out. And it ends up being this effortless looking smoky eyeshadow that stays put all day. If you have oily eyelids especially, use this technique because these eyeliners, or any eyeliner really in general, will stay on the eye a lot longer than a powder eyeshadow. And I do want a little bit of definition at the eye line, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with this color on the lash line. And again, I don't care if I buff it up because I am gonna put another color in or on. And that's why I like this technique so much because it does not have to be precise. Even if you aren't doing another color, the whole point is to kind of look a little smudged and messy. And then I'm gonna take the Monte Carlo Duo eyeshadow, which is probably my favorite out of all the ones that I have. Just so pretty on the eyes. And I think the last Chantecaille look that I did, I used this peach shade. But this time I'm gonna use this really pretty bronze shade. And I'm just gonna take, it's like a kind of a bronze, but it's very neutral. So it's gonna work with warm or cool. And I'm just gonna take that and tap it onto this inner part of my eyelid. So what it's gonna do is it's gonna give a little bit of sheen, but it's not gonna take away from that smokiness that we already have down. And you're still gonna be able to see a little bit of that definition at the lash line. So I'm not gonna have to go in and do like a separate eyeliner. And then if you wanted to go in and brighten it up a little bit, I'm just gonna take that light shade from the Kenya palette and I'm actually gonna put it on this little eyeshadow brush that comes in it and just tap it just a tiny bit on top. You don't have to do this. It's just gonna give another layer of dimension to the eye. See how like easy that is? Now I am not wanting a super smoky under eye. If I did, like if I was going out for a night, I would take that same eyeliner, the brush that I used to blend it out, pick it up from the, I'll just do a little bit on the outer corner. Pick it up from the actual pencil so that you're automatically going in with a little bit more of a smudgy look and then drag that along your lower lash line. So pretty. But I want a little bit more of a contrast under my eyes. So I'm gonna go back into that blush that I used, showing you how much I like them for eyeshadow. And I'm just gonna use that to give a little bit of color contrast and brighten up the under eye. I did mascara off camera, but if you know, you know. The Chantecaille Faux Cils Longest Lash Mascara. I don't know how many of these I have gone through. I typically always have one on backup, which I do. A great time to stock up on these. As long as you don't open a mascara, they don't go bad for a very long time. Now this is the second philanthropy product that I'm going to be using. But if you can find a permanent color in this line, it's my favorite lip product that Chantecaille makes, and it's their Lip Cheeks. I love the formula of their Lip Cheeks. They're like a balm, but they've got a good amount of color. They feel so good on the lips. They always look good. I don't feel like I have to put a separate gloss on top, which is huge because I don't almost always. If it's a true lipstick with less shine than this has, a gloss is going on top. This is Yarrow from their latest Cougar collection. And last I checked, it was still available. But I love any color in this formula. This is just a very pretty nude pink. And see what I mean? Like, it has enough sheen and moisture by itself where I do not feel like I have to put anything else on. So that is it. Hopefully you enjoyed. I love doing full faces of Chantecaille because I always love how they end up looking, and this is no different. I'll have everything listed below. Don't forget about the early access code Mandy25. The code is not affiliate, but the links are. So if you choose to use those, I very much appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos, and I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.